Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and in today's reading I'm going to be using a different deck, very beautiful, quite stylised, called the Aquarian Tarot. I'm not quite sure what the reading's going to be about, so I'm going to shuffle, see if any cards spring forth, and then I will lay out a spread. Three of Cups. This is about a joyful situation, or fun and joy and happiness. That's a nice start. Oh, we've got some. Blimey. Right. Great news. There is a happy situation involving the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups. And for those of you who don't know, the Ace of Cups refers to love. Could be divine love, could be new love. Could be a new way with an old love. Oh, I like the sound of that. A new way with an old love. I have a feeling that might be a clue here to what's going on. Lovely. Let's see what else we get. For indicators, that's very good. So it's definitely going to be about a love situation. A Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio who might not have really known how they feel in the past. Could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio man, or a masculine energy at least, who now knows how he feels about a love situation, because classically the King of Cups is a king who doesn't really know how he feels. So if you've been in some sort of separation waiting for a masculine to make up his mind, or a situation where it was very clear to you right from the outset that it had great potential and it didn't pan out the way you were expecting or hoping for, maybe you had to pull back your energy. Perhaps this man was not really giving you any signs of taking the relationship seriously. That feels like a thing. If that's the case, then this man knows how he feels now, knows it's serious. This is a big deal. This is very big energy. Aces are always new starts. This feels quite huge. I feel like the masculine energy who was not acknowledging his feelings for whatever reason, maybe he couldn't, perhaps he's committed to somebody else. Maybe he's just really bad at knowing how he feels. Maybe he is very bad at communicating how he feels. So that particular masculine energy knows a few things now. He knows it's a big deal. He knows it's a real deal. And I have put that in a recent video actually. So you might want to scroll through and see if you can find the reading about a real deal. It's a big deal. It's a real deal. It's the real thing. And he needs it to be happy. This whole reading is about love and happiness. And for this particular male or masculine energy, he can't be happy without love. I honestly think he thought he was. I actually think he thought he was happy. He was happy. He was busy doing his own thing. He might not have felt like needing to be in a relationship with anybody. He was enjoying his freedom. It could be that he's quite young and not ready to settle down yet. It could be that he's quite old and did not feel like he wanted another relationship, thought he'd like something quite casual. Both of those feel like real possibilities. Or it could just be that he's commitment phobic in general. Just the eternal bachelor. Not anymore. Not anymore. He's in love. Oh, this is very serious. This is really big energy. This man is in love. Let's find out what he's going to do about it. Just trying to decide what sort of spread I'm going to do. Now we've got those cards. That's the centre of the spread. So I'm going to put the Three of Cups at the centre. I'm going to put the King of Cups across, and I'm going to put the Ace of Cups at the top. There are other spreads I could do. I just like the formality of the Celtic cross. Yeah, I really like the formalities the way. These cards are a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to move them down. I'm hoping you can see them easily. So what's crowning the situation is love. This is a big deal for a man who wants to be happy and whose own feelings have been blocking his path to happiness. Right, let's just see what else. I like to shuffle till they stick. Here we are. Stuck cards. Right. Okay, what's hidden? Ooh, what's hidden is that he's making a big change in his life. If he hasn't made it yet, he's going to make it soon. The situation of him not being happy because he's not with the love of his life is nearly killing him. It's killing him. In the past, yeah, here we are. He was looking out, doing whatever he wanted, travelling the world, being his own man, really exploring the world and seeing what's out there. This feels quite young. I feel like this is a man who's either young, freedom from a relationship or freedom from a very restrictive job, even freedom from something like prison. So in the past, but this is now actually, this is the very recent past. This man has been, for want of a better phrase, sowing his wild oats. Just exploring the world and seeing what's out there, enjoying a sense of freedom. The future, oh my goodness, you could not make this up. If I had not just shuffled that on camera, you'd think I was pulling cards. That's amazing. So in the past, he was sowing his wild oats. In the future position, he is coming together with his true love. This is the card of true love. This is the card of partnership. This is the card of finding your other half, your soulmate, your twin flame, the love of your life. Oh, that's given me a chill. This is finding the love of his life in the future position. But these cards are really close together. This is not the distant future and the distant past. This is now. If you had to pin me down to timing, I would say that this man has been working out how he feels over a period of about, well, I would say not longer than a year. Within a year, this man has been, oh, look, it jumped. Did you see that? He's found his true love. He's found his other half. I actually feel that's making me feel quite emotional. I haven't brought any tissues in here. I really feel like I need to cry. This is a really profound situation that he's found himself in, and not one he was expecting, not even one he wanted, for the reasons I've outlined already. This man was not looking for love, did not want to find love, possibly didn't even believe in love, but he's found the right woman for him. Gosh, this is huge. I'm really pleased I picked this deck. She's really holding his heart in her hands. I know it's a cup, but for me, that's her holding his heart in her hands. And she fills his cup up. He really, really needs this woman. He needs her. He wants her. He loves her. He needs her. Well, I suppose that's going there. I'm just going to put it across there like that. Because he's found her. He's found her. And he's going to do something about it. He's definitely going to reconnect with her. If you've lost connection with somebody that you had thought you had great potential with, he's going to reconnect. If there's been a person who's been on your mind, because there's a lot of telepathic energy flowing here, I feel like all the while he's not been with you, you've been receiving messages. If there is somebody that you've been thinking of consistently over a period of time, especially if it's over a period of a year, then you're going to hear from him, because he cannot stay away any longer. Wow, wow, wow. This is huge. Three of Rods, yeah. Oh, this is quite funny. I feel like I've said this recently as well, but I can't remember which video. He's travelled the world and he's looked everywhere and he cannot find you. He thought that going away or doing his own thing or separating from you would mean that he would forget about you, or he'd, you know, you'd become irrelevant is the word. You would become irrelevant to him. But no, not that at all. He can't stop thinking about you. He's been all over the place and he cannot find anyone like you. And he's been looking. He's been looking to see if he can replicate your energy anywhere, and he can't. This is in his personal position. He cannot find you anywhere, well, other than where you are, which is what he now knows is that it's all about you. Goodness me. The next position in the Celtic cross is the home position. This would be interesting to see what he's planning to do about it. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. Good grief. The man has been silent. Absolutely silent. If you met somebody and you thought it had great potential, maybe you had a fling and maybe you had strong feelings and maybe he was keeping it like a situationship or something even less than that, and you retreated. Maybe you said to him, this isn't working for me, and much as I like you, I like myself more and I'll say goodbye. Maybe you said to him something like, you know, if you feel differently in the future, look me up. Maybe. Sorry, I'm laughing because that feels like that was like a real slap round the face for him. I shouldn't find it amusing that the masculine energy has had a slap round the face, but for some reason I do. I don't think he was expecting it, and so he's retreated and he's been working on himself or working on his finances or just busying himself at home. He's been doing absolutely nothing to bring this love connection forward. Absolutely nothing. But he's been thinking about it all the time. It feels very obsessive. Like he's been thinking about you from the minute he first met you and he was hoping it would stop, and it hasn't stopped. It can't stop. He doesn't know how to stop it. So he's just been trying to distract himself with work. That feels like a really big... Yeah, a lot of them have been distracting themselves with work. Hopes and fears. Let's see what we've got. What did I say? Obsessive energy, the devil. The devil is obsessive energy. He's fearing. Oh my goodness, he's really fearful. He feels and he fears that he's too late with this. He's going to be too late. That's one thing he feels. Another thing is he's afraid of the obsessive nature of how he feels. It's scared him. The strength of how he feels has really scared him. It's sort of blown him off his feet somehow. It's like an explosion. He wasn't expecting it. He doesn't know what to do with it. He can't stop thinking about you. He doesn't know how to be with you. He's obsessed with the whole thing. Gosh, poor guy. Poor guy. Here we are. Just another cup card, just in case we didn't have enough. He's going to send you a message, or he's going to write you a letter. I nearly said write you a story. That's a bit of a strange one. Why would he want to write you a story? Perhaps he wants to tell the story of this connection. This connection is so huge, enormous, massive, that it's worth telling. God, that's interesting. If you're connected with somebody who's a writer, perhaps they're going to be writing about this, or broadcasting it, or writing a poem about it, or writing a story about it, writing a novel about it. This obsessive energy. But if that's not the case, then he's going to write you a love letter, or he's going to give you an apology, or he's going to do both. Aren't these cards beautiful? I hope you're enjoying them as much as I am. Absolutely love them. And yet I don't use them very often. It's because they're slightly too big for my hands. I'll have to practice using them a bit more, I think. Okay. Right, well, we know the full situation now. What is the outcome going to be? Right, what's that? Oh, hang on, and that as well. Five of Swords. Right, the outcome. He feels utterly defeated by this situation, is the Nine of Rods. This is sometimes called the Wounded Warrior. And what's come with it is the Five of Swords. The problem with the situation is there is going to be a battle. Either he feels like it's too late and you've moved on and he's going to have a hard time persuading you. But for a lot of you, I don't think that's the case. For the majority, I think this is similar. I've had this energy a lot this week and last week. It's similar energy to what some of the other videos have said, which you might like to watch, which is that he knows that moving this connection forward is going to upset people. It's going to upset some other people. If we wanted... The thing is this. If he feels like everything is difficult and a battle, how is he going to move it into the true love connection, which is in the future? This is what I don't quite understand. That's what he wants to do. And that is very clearly what is in the future. So I'm just wondering if I need to do a whole other spread or... Yeah, Eight of Swords. He's totally tied up in knots thinking about it. He does not know how to bring this about. I don't think I'm going to do a whole other spread. I think I'm going to just see what else pops out for us. How is he going to move it forwards? Aha! Well, this is better. It's another page. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've also got the Six of Pentacles. He's going to find out, first and foremost, he needs to find out how you feel. He needs to know if you feel the same as him. And then he's going to make a little tiny offer to you. So we've got two offers here. One is a little love offer and one is a little something a bit more tangible. So firstly, he's going to write you a letter or communicate with you somehow and tell you how he feels to find out how you feel. And then he's going to make a small offer. Good. Actually, that goes there because that's what he's going to do. Right, okay, now this is great news for everybody so far. If you're the masculine energy, then I can just, all I have to say to you is, just do it. Just do what feels right. If you feel like you've left the love of your life behind somewhere, get in touch with them. If you don't feel, if you haven't got their phone number anymore, but you know where they live, post them a letter. Or stick it through their doorway. No, stick it through their... post box, not doorway. Mind you, my post box isn't my doorway, so that's the same thing. Right, there's another couple of cards there. The Fool, this is like a leap of faith. So if you're the masculine energy and you're watching this video, you need to just get on and do it. Throw caution to the wind. Get in touch and make communication with the person that you want to be in communication with. The person that you have the strong connection with. You have to just get on and do it because your feminine energy is retreated. So you've now got to reconnect. Good grief. Wow, we've got it all here. So this could be a twin flame situation, a very strong soulmate bond. And the masculine energy is going to come through quickly. I think he now realises what it is. It could even be that you told him what you thought it was and he's been researching it and now he knows and now he has to do something about it. My God, the energy here is so enormous. Right, now we've got the situation. We know what he's going to do. He can't stop thinking about you. He's madly in love with you. He's going to bring the whole thing together with a small offer. Now, if he turns up on your doorstep and says something like, can we go out for a drink or something, and you like him, you have to accept this small offer. This is not him going to be whisking you off to Paris for the weekend because he's not sure how you feel. So he's going to come in with a very, very small offer in order to know how you feel first. So if you're a sensitive person, and you are, because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, handle him sensitively because it's going to take quite a lot. Yeah. It's going to, I can't make it up. It's going to take a lot of his own strength to come forward. I think this individual is a proud man. I think that you withdrawing your energy has absolutely shaken him to the core. To the core. He's had to screw up. He's screwing up his courage to make a move towards you. Oh, just remembered. There's no lion in this picture. This one's a dog. This is like a hunter. But it's Leo season. Because I asked for a timing card, didn't I? It's going to be in Leo season. And that is now. It's going to be a small offer, but you're going to be pleased about it. I wouldn't give him a lot of grief. I think he's had a period of time of huge reflection. And he absolutely knows what he wants to do. And he is absolutely going to do it. But it's going to come in small. Very minor. Maybe you'll see him in the street and he'll wave at you. Or he'll smile. Or he'll say hello. Maybe that's all you'll get. Perhaps he just wants to know whether you're going to smile back at him. Wow. I mean, actually, do you know what? If I take these two together, Strength and the Magician, you can't get a more powerful combination than that. Well, you could perhaps with the Devil as well. I mean, these are 3 enormous cards coming together. The energy is so strong, he can't resist it. He also doesn't want to resist it anymore. This is the card of manifesting what you want. So he may well have grappled with the idea of this for a while. I think he might have worried about the strength of it as well. Like I said before, that it might have frightened him, and I think he did worry about that. But he's realised now that he can't let this connection go. It has to continue. He wants it. He really, 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 really wants it. Right. Now, do we need to know anything else? Let's just see. He's been in a period of deep self-reflection. I feel like he may well have been quite different to the people around him, the people he lives with or the people, his friends. They might have all been saying, what on earth is wrong with him? Because I think he's had to take himself off. This goes along with the 8 of Pentacles energy here. He's really not been himself. But while he's not been himself, he's been gathering information and he understands the energy now. And yeah, he understands the energy, and I think I think as well with that, I think he's worked out not only what he's doing, I think he's worked out what he's going to do. He knows what he's going to do now. It's just a case of him putting it into action. He is quite worried about how you feel though, because this is the second balance card we've got. He is still worried. He's not sure how you feel. So if you do see him, for goodness sake, and you want this man back, give him a big smile and be happy. Because if you don't, then it might really knock his confidence, because he really isn't sure. But this is divinely guided. I wonder if he's been going through this period of gaining enlightenment, I wonder if he's suddenly become quite spiritual. I think perhaps he might suddenly be hearing guides, is what I wanted to say. He might be aware of them suddenly. He's tuning into them. He can feel them. Even if he can't hear them, he can feel them. He knows the guidance innately. He knows it. He really knows it now. Because Temperance is an angel. I mean, in this deck, sort of looks like Native American sort of chief almost. So I think he's been getting guidance from on high somehow or other. Oh yeah. This is where I'm going to stop the reading. 10 of Pentacles. This is the grown-up happy ever after. This is the happy ever after that you want for the rest of your life, when you're absolutely certain. This is the real deal. Just to recap, we've got a divinely guided new love. We've got the twin flame card. We've got the grown-up happy ever after card. We've got the King and Queen of Cups. We've got the card of joy and happiness. We've got the card of true love connection. I mean, there's nothing else to say. This king has found his queen. He knows it's the real connection. And he wants it for the rest of his life. And right back to the very first card we took. And the reason is because he's not happy without you. What an enormous reading this is. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you in the future. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.